This was originally going to be a commentary gameplay video, but due to an error with recording, my mic sounds like it wasn't muted in the raw footage. So yeah, just wanted to say that, which is why it's now going to be a no commentary video. But I thought I would just quickly explain what this video is going to be about. I mean, you probably read the title of this video anyway, but I'll explain it again. So I reviewed a creepy and disgusting comic, specifically a Sonic fan comic, and that video ended up doing really well. So after I posted that video, I kind of stepped away from the deep dive of the Sonic fandom, because there was a lot of shady things in there, and it was just really bad. So yeah, it was just gnarly. But then I discovered a Sonic fan game that's also kind of similar to the comic, and since that video that I did of the comic did really well, I thought I would just play the game and torture myself some more, and torture Yaper with the job of editing this video as well. Thank you, Yaper, and I am so sorry you have to edit this, man. But yeah, once again, there's no commentary on this, but Yaper will probably add some subtitles to the gameplay footage, which is kind of also going to be somewhat of my same reaction as well. But yeah, let's just jump right in. So I lied. This is actually going to turn into a commentary video because my editor Yaper did have some difficulties editing the gameplay footage, which is what you will be seeing throughout the whole video. So I'm really sorry for misleading you guys, and I want to say thanks to Yaper for doing the best he could when editing this video. In this video, I'm just going to be explaining what happens in this gameplay, as well as showing you guys my reaction to certain things, which will come later on in this video. So let's jump right in. The first thing I am greeted to is a warning screen, which is basically saying you must be 18 or older to play this game, the type of thing, you know what I mean. But what really caught my eye was this weird drawing of tails, and it honestly just feels pretty unnerving, and honestly, in a better word, really cursed. But the warning screen did add a bit of humor, which, looking back at it, just felt weird, because this is a game with CP in it, so why would there be humor? But either way, after I finished reading the warning screen, I was greeted to the title screen, which is basically playing a copyrighted song, which you could tell that this game is old. I'm also greeted with Sonic and Cream on the title screen, as well as with a real stock image of a neighborhood. I don't know why they didn't just try to draw the backgrounds, but whatever. This game is supposed to be old anyway, so I guess they only cared about drawing the characters more rather than doing the backgrounds, which is probably where the art budget went. The game opens up to Sonic talking about how Vanilla, who is a next door neighbor of Sonic, asking him to do a favor, and Sonic goes off to visit her. But in this game, Sonic calls Vanilla a hot, which is already off to a suspicious start of the game, because this is a babysitting game, right? Vanilla tells Sonic that she will be out of town and asks him to babysit Cream while she is away, and also gives Sonic some money for activities that you can do in the game. But then there is a weird scene where Vanilla presses herself up against Sonic and tells him to keep Cream happy, and if he does so, she'll make him, quote, very happy, and that she will give both of them, quote, big rewards when she gets back. Whatever that means. We eventually meet Cream with basically no transitions, which is something I kind of care about, but whatever. To start the game, I just basically explored the house and also learned the game mechanics. I eventually decided to call Cream over to try and do an activity with her, and the activities that were listed were that I can either watch cartoons with her, play video games, play a board game, or tell her to take off her dress. Obviously, as you can tell by my reaction, I was clearly already uncomfortable with this, and so I decided to not do this as I decided to just watch cartoons with her and ignore the premise of this game. I pick on the option to watch cartoons with her, but she ends up falling asleep, and then there is a weird scene where we see things that we shouldn't be seeing. I obviously clicked the ignore option, and I end up falling asleep during the movie. But when I wake up, there is a noise coming from Cream's room, but when I investigate, I come across something that no child should even be doing. There I had the option to beat my meat, or confront her, or just leave her alone. I did not know what to do, so I just clicked the confront option, which immediately embarrasses Cream, and she throws the questionable object at me, which knocks me out for some reason. How can something like that even knock you out? But whatever. Cream apologizes for this, and throughout the whole gameplay, I just decide to have a normal day, and I decide to play video games with her, but when I lose, I for some odd reason call her a button-mashing bitch, which causes her to cry. Looking back at that, I do kind of regret that. I do, however, apologize for this, and once again, like every other weird game with there is once again another questionable scene. At this point, I'm just gonna say that this is basically a pattern of weird scenes. No matter what option you pick, there is always bound for something to happen. After a board game round and going outside to touch some grass, I decided to take Cream to the pool in the backyard where once again, more questionable options to choose from, but I just completely ignored these options for the whole day, basically. I then decide to play tag with her, but again, another uncomfortable scene plays out and Cream gets too weirded out to even continue playing. After some browsing around the house, I then click the option for Cream to do a headstand, which again, another uncomfortable scene. At this point, I'm just going to add a number for every time something pops up. After that, we play with dolls, another uncomfortable scene pops up. Fortunately, the weirdness ends as I read her a bedtime story without anything popping up. After that, I went to bed, and that was it for day 1. It's now day 2, and I decided that I would take Cream into the city. I just browsed around there before going to the movie theater where I can see either an animated kids movie, a horror movie, or an action movie. So, I picked the animated kids movie. Fortunately, nothing happened and Cream was able to enjoy the movie. I eventually stumbled upon a playground and I decided to push her on the swing. And you thought that a new day I could avoid some weird scenes, right? Wrong. I ended up getting another questionable scene, pretty similar to the previous scenes I had on the last day. This was the part where I struggled between a choice, which I was stuck on not wanting to follow the premise of the game, to following the premise of the game. But since this video also talks about the premise and you guys also came to watch to see how disgusting this game is, I clicked on the button that follows the premise out of disgust. And for some odd reason, Cream seems to enjoy this, which is so weird to me, cause why? Again, I click more to see what else happens out of disgust, and eventually Cream gets injured and she is basically just crying. Sonic quickly apologizes and makes a flimsy excuse that it was just an accident, and Cream doesn't even care since she's more focused about getting hurt. I eventually decided to go to the beach, but because neither Sonic or Cream brought their swimming clothes, we did not end up going, which was for the best cause Lord knows what could have happened. So we decided to head back home. Again, out of disgust, I decided to explore more and I tell her to do a headstand, and not only do we get another questionable scene, I also end up injuring Cream too. At this point, I'm just basically hurting her. You can honestly tell by my reaction that this is just a why did I play this game, basically. Like, that's basically what's in my mind right now. We then decide to take a dip in the pool and I end up getting jump scared only to be relieved since I thought Cream flashed me, but she was only in her swimming clothes, so yeah. But sadly that relief takes a turn when I decide to do something, and this happens. By this point, I honestly now don't even want to play this game anymore, especially since this happened, so I just basically continued the game until I finally reached day 3, which would be the last time I would play this game. On day 3, it just gets worse because I call Cream over to take a shower, and I get flashed again. I take another dip in the pool, and this time around, I make a wrong move, and that causes Cream to start screaming, alerting the neighbors, and Sonic getting arrested, which gave me a game over screen, and that's where I decide to stop playing this atrocious game. Okay, so I forgot to say my review on the game, but do I really want a review for this game? Does this game need one? Whatever, I guess I'm just gonna do it anyway. For my review, this game absolutely f***ing sucks. Don't ever play it. It's disgusting. But yeah, this game is disgusting. I know there's more stuff into it, but I didn't even want to play it anymore, especially considering the fact that I got flashed by Cream. Honestly, this game should not exist on the internet. I don't know why it does. Literally, both and that comic can burn in hell for all I care. If you guys wanted to know more about the game, the only thing I can suggest is watching Cam G's video on the game, since he censors it and all of that. If I guess you're curious but don't actually want to play the game, then I highly recommend watching Cam G's video, since he censors everything and talks a little bit more about the game and all of that. So yeah, I recommend watching that. So yeah, this game sucks. I'm never playing this game again.